All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Today, just like last season, we're going to be going over the current season, and that is Summer 2026. And just like last season, we're not going to be going over every single track, but I'll give my thoughts on probably 2 tracks per category up until the black tracks, where I will go over every single one. But yeah, I'll talk about the one I like the most from each category and which one I dislike the most. And we'll be starting out with the white series here. And honestly, I didn't think much coming into this on which ones of these I liked and disliked the most, but for the white tracks, it's kind of close between, I'd say, 4 and 5 on which I like the most here. I think it would have to be 5, even though I don't really like the water mechanics in this game, and I don't like this track a super ton. I think 4 is just a little bit too simple. This one at least gives you a little something to do, in my opinion. But yeah, the transitions on this one, you know, going from water onto the dirt on some of these jumps is just a little bit annoying to get clean. So there's that. Just out of the white tracks, I think this one I enjoyed the most, even though, you know, I didn't enjoy it all that much. As far as my least favorite of these, it's probably going to be 2. This is just a very simple dirt track with not a whole lot going on. Like, most of this track is just a straight line, if we're being honest with ourselves here. Like, we got this one turn here, and then we just, from here on out, it's just a straight line. So, like, probably like, what, 70% of this track is just going straight with a little bit of speed sliding. So yeah, this one I just didn't particularly find to be all that enjoyable, and that shows in my time played on this. Just about 8 minutes here. Didn't get the best time either. It's just so simple, and I thought it was pretty boring. For the green tracks, let's see what we got here. This is kind of a tough one, because I kind of like most of these, except for one of them I did not like. This is tough, real tough. I think it's gonna be 8. I think it's gonna be 8 that I like the most here. This is like a plastic. It's close to full speed, but not exactly full speed. Yeah, pretty enjoyable track. I always like the faster. I mean, I don't always like the faster paced tracks, because honestly, I like slower paced tracks more. But if they're closer to full speed, then I definitely like them a fair amount. And that goes for this one here. Pretty much going to be full speed on plastic. I also enjoy plastic a whole lot. So yeah, track 8 I found to be pretty fun, and glad track 8 is not a downhill track, because I greatly dislike those. But yeah, 6, 9, and 10 are all pretty good tracks. Honestly, a pretty good green series here, but my least favorite is very easily going to be track number 7 here. Even though I got a pretty good time here, don't like it at all. I don't like the forced camera 2 for basically the entirety of the track besides this opening part. But yeah, all this cam 2, do not like it. Wish I could have switched to cam 3 during some of this, but it is what it is. I guess they don't think the casual player base is probably going to be switching cameras, and they don't want to deal with that. But yeah, don't like the forced camera. Just a weird free blocked track, which I generally don't like free block tracks either. I always find them to be kind of strange to drive as well. So yeah, track 7 here, just not my favorite. And I like this bug with open planets. I feel like something is corrupted in my game files with that, but it is what it is. As for the blue tracks, my favorite here, again, didn't really think coming into this, which I wish I would have done. But hey, you get all my thoughts raw. Another sort of tough one. These are all pretty close. I think it's going to be 15. Really tough decision there on my favorites. This is the Royale style track. Yeah, pretty fun. The start can be a little bit annoying, getting the nose down, like instant grip. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward track. The drift coming up here can be a little bit challenging to kind of predict on what you're going to get there, but overall it wasn't too bad. And for this wall right here, make sure you go a little bit higher. But yeah, nonetheless, you know, it's a fine track, a good track at that. Just really not much to say about it. There's not much to say about a lot of these boot tracks. I feel like they're all pretty simple in concept, except for 14. Like 11 is just a full speed track. 12 is a pretty simple dirt track, which really could have been probably a green track. 13, just a tech track. And then we have 14, which is going to be my least favorite from these. This one is just a very weird. I don't think this one, maybe it is free blocked. I can't tell. But nonetheless, a sausage tech for the most part. Some other very weird drifts and turns in this one. I did not care for this one at all. Found it to be very awkward and just overall not fun to drive, with horrific camera angles throughout. Like even if you change the cameras on this turn here, it was just overall pretty bad, and for me, very unenjoyable. So yeah, that is the blue tracks. Let's move on to the red. As far as my favorite here, easily going to be 19. Like I said earlier, I like slower paced tracks for whatever reason, unless they're more towards a full speed style. The slower, more kind of mechanically driven tracks are much more for me. Although one thing I don't like about slower tracks is the no slide mechanic, which I don't really try to purposely go for all that much. I did go for one no slide earlier in this track, but that was pretty much it. But overall, yeah, for the red series, this one is going to be by far my favorite. Very hard to get substantial amounts of time on this one, especially without the no slides. But yeah, really enjoyed track number 19. All right, for my least favorite out of these red tracks, I think it's going to be 17. This one is what? It's a mixed track with the start here. I didn't care for the start on this one. Very finicky on how much speed you get out of this part, and the inside corner as well for this one at the start. On the inside of this checkpoint here, you can very easily clip in this black part. Really did not like that. As far as the rest of the track goes, I honestly liked most of it besides the start and the two drifts on this one. I did not care for pretty much whatsoever. Very hard to see what kind of drift angle you need for them. I found the last one to be kind of just bad. Like the angle and the room you have with as much speed you are going in with, I just did not find the drift here to work very well. Maybe it's just my poor lack of drifting skills, but yeah, I did not like this one all that much. But yeah, for the rest of the red tracks here, I did like 16. I mean, 18 was a fine ice track, but a little bit weird. But overall, not bad there. 20 it's kind of just okay. But yeah, moving on to the biggest portion here, the black tracks, starting with Argentina. And right off the bat, we're going to get my favorites of these black tracks, which is a little bit surprising to me because when I initially did my discovery for these, sorry, my cat is going crazy in the background. When I initially did my discovery of these, I thought this one was going to be maybe one of my least favorites out of these black tracks, but yeah, this one did end up being my favorite. There is one part of this one that I don't necessarily care for myself, and that is this upcoming turn here onto this booster. Did not understand this at all. I tried to watch many replays and I just could not figure that out, but still got the AT here. So overall, not too bad. Got this one in an hour or so. Much better than I thought there as well. My only other complaint about this one is the very end. The identity is, in my opinion, just not all that great. It can be a little bit of a challenge, but I think it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. But my real complaint about it is just, even if like one of the pros fail this in like a tournament or whatever, or just any other sort of matchmaking, the just respawn for the end, you're just driving up in a straight line. So there's really nothing to the end of this one. If you do crash, it's just not a great respawn. I'm not sure what you could do differently. It's bobsleigh uphill, so there's not really much you can change about it. But yeah, the respawn for the final part of this one, as far as a competitive standpoint goes, is just really, really lackluster. But yeah, that's Argentina. Really enjoyed that one. Next up, Saudi Arabia. Don't have a ton to say about this one. It's the easiest by far for me to drive this one. Got the AT in 30 minutes. So spent basically no time here at all in this one. Very straightforward track, very easy track in my opinion. Yeah, way easier than all the other tracks. And yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it. Like, what can I even talk about here? I mean, there is the quarter pipe or half pipe jump in the coming up here in the midsection that you're probably supposed to jump through these pillars here. Definitely not going for that. Not sure how many pros are going to be going for that in matches if this map is picked. That seems super risky for, I don't know how much time it gains, but it certainly is going to lose you a lot of time if you don't make it. And the rest of the track here, just some simple drifts, and that's kind of about it. I'm surprised this one was not made more difficult, as yeah, for the pros, I just don't see them messing up pretty much anything on this one besides maybe that pole quarter pipe jump. So yeah, Saudi Arabia, very simple track, at least in comparison to every other black track. All right, then we have track 23, Norway. This one, another hour spent on this one, so pretty close to the same as the Argentina track. As far as difficulty goes on this one, it's kind of more difficult in certain sections, but easier in other sections than Argentina. And really, this one all pretty much came down to the super long and precise jumps for me. Everything else on this one wasn't that big of a problem. And yeah, again, it was just the longer precision jumps. And I don't know how well the pros are going to be doing these, but it's just kind of super annoying. If you're not like landing perfectly flat, you can bounce in so many different and kind of unpredictable directions. So that's really the biggest negative about this one. If it had some other sort of identity, this probably would have been one of my favorite tracks of these black ones, and probably all of the black tracks going past a couple seasons there. But yeah, because of these super long precision jumps, I just did not find this one to be all that enjoyable. But yeah, this last one here I absolutely nailed with the flat jump. And you pretty much need those, otherwise your speed out of it is just pretty bad. All right, Poland. This one was tough. This is the one I thought I was going to like the most upon discovery. I still don't dislike it. I do think there are aspects about this one, mainly due to kind of the first like identity part of this one, where I feel like you just kind of have too much speed for that. You got to slow down. It's kind of just a very awkward part of the track. Like, you got to slow down so much, and it's kind of just a weird kind of overall feeling for that section that I just didn't particularly find to be all that enjoyable. But up until that section, and even after that section, I enjoyed most of the track. I do say that because I did not like the water parts after this little section either. I just found it very difficult to see during that part because of the water splashing, and it's also a little bit dark, so I always found it very hard to see that corner there and get around it cleanly. And yeah, that really entire part there with the identity into the water, I just did not care for. But yeah, other than that, I did like this track a fair amount. And yeah, there is that. It's been an hour 22 minutes here. Probably could have got it sooner if I wasn't playing that one at like midnight. All right, finally, the last black track here. We got Japan. And since I haven't mentioned it yet, that means Japan is going to be my least favorite out of these black tracks. And there are plenty of reasons for that. And it's kind of the same exact reasons as why I didn't really like the Canada track from last season. And that is the precision needed on this track is kind of just more annoying than fun. So yeah, driving this one, I didn't really find to be all that enjoyable, and it really kind of starts from the the back flip section at the sort of beginning there. Kind of not that easy to get all that consistent, and dare I say random, because people don't really like saying anything in this game is random. But in my opinion, randomness kind of comes down to what it actually feels like and not what the actual game is. Like people say the game is deterministic because it is, but that doesn't mean something doesn't feel completely random. But yeah, other than that, I mean, most of the track is kind of fine. I feel like this slow section here was not all that enjoyable, but this end here was a little bit painful. Again, the precision needed on large portions of this track, including this section here, I just found to be more annoying than fun. But yeah, large portions of NASCAR in this one. I don't really enjoy NASCAR all that much either. So there's that as well. And all around, yeah, just didn't care for Japan here all that much. As far as the entirety of the season goes, there's some good tracks here, but I mostly found it to be kind of an average campaign. I think a little bit less enjoyable than the last couple of seasons for me. But yeah, some pretty good tracks here. There wasn't anything necessarily like super bad either. I think by far my least favorite track in here is probably 7 to go along with 14, both of which are by far my least favorite. But yeah, that's going to be it for my recap of the summer 2026 season. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, what tracks you liked the most, which tracks you disliked the most, and how you doing on these black tracks. Have you got the ATs yet? Are you given up, or are you going to continue the struggle and try your best to get them? Yeah, but again, that's going to be it for me today. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe, and I hope to see you all here next time with whatever video comes next.